Good morning. Here we are hiking out of Tehachapi, and we're up on a ridge now. And man, there's some deep ravines, and then there's windmills in the distance, and there's some mountains with snow. But we're not doing too much today. I think we're all a little overpacked with our food, so we're moving a little slower. But these are some pretty little mountains. I think we're headed up on that way. Easy's leaving me.
This is Bunny Tracks, and today I want to talk to you briefly about wind turbines, because we have been walking through these large farms around Tehachapi, and so I wanted to look up a little bit more about wind power in California and in the United States in general. And so I'm going to share a little bit of the statistics, or a little bit of the information with you. Windmills were used back in the early days for milling grain, and then also for water power. Now they call them wind turbines because this is the way the energy is harnessed. They're generating electricity with the wind turbines. And in California, there's over 11,000 turbines, and I can attest to that. I think we walked through half of those, or maybe not. But anyway, there's a large wind farm around Tehachapi, and then there's also a large one around Palm Springs. About 6.9% of the total electricity needs are produced by wind power. California ranks 4th, behind Texas, Iowa, Oklahoma, and then Kansas is 4th. The sources for electricity generation are mainly from natural gas, and then hydro, solar, nuclear, and then wind power. Wind turbines, the commercial ones, cost anywhere from $1.2 to $2.2 million. The earliest windmills were used back around 500 to 900 AD by the Persians, and they were used to mill their grain. The first windmill in the United States was in 1854, built in Connecticut. Usually turbines last around 20 years. They start seeing net benefits from the turbines within 5 to 8 months. And then as far as on a global perspective, the most wind energy is produced by China at the Gansu wind farm. Then second is the United States. Third is Germany, India, Spain, UK, Canada, France. And then also I found it interesting, the U.S. Department of Energy projects that by 2050, we'll have the capacity for 404 gigawatts of wind energy. So I thought that's a little information about turbines. We've seen a lot. I've got a lot of pictures that I'll show you that we've walked through. But I do find it interesting that we're using more of wind to generate electricity. And that is your food for thought for this episode. Thanks.
Good morning. Actually, it's good afternoon. Here we are. We're about maybe 16, 18 miles from Tehachapi, headed towards Walker Pass. The terrain's changing a little bit. It seems like it's getting rockier and also more trees, which we like. There's a little bit of windmills out there and some rocky terrain. And then up ahead, there's more windmills up on the ridge. But here we are. Easy's going across this little snowpack. We woke up this morning, and actually last night it rained, and then we got up this morning and it was rainy, misty, foggy all day. We were freezing. I'm going to try to go across this without falling. We were freezing The wind was blowing so hard, and
we are definitely the first
coming through.
Coming across. We have gone over 100 downed.
Oh my gosh,
lines,
the trees down were just horrible. We've had to go up and around the trail so many times trying to get away from all the downed trees. And then we've come into some snow, not much. Ivy and Wolf are ahead of us. We're going to, what's the campground? It's like Landers. Anyway.
Ned Flanders.
Ned Flanders. Anyway, we're going about 16 miles today. And we've been going slow today because of the weather. But now look at the weather. It's cleared off.
Finally can see. I mean, it's been so foggy.
Yeah, and so cold. I was thinking we were going to have to stop earlier, but we'll make it now. I think we've got about 6 more miles, so we'll make it. But it's been slow going today. But blue sky and sunshine help. Here we are at Landers Campground. We got in here last night about 6:30, and there's Easy over there waiting on me. Say good morning.
Good morning. Here I am, GQ Trail, Moab Merrill boots, OR gaiters, North Face pants, Columbia shirt, and OR hat.
Oh, you are GQ.
And just generic binder clip.
Just no shower and no teeth brushed and no hair combed.
I'm proud of my hair, what little bit there is.
There's his pack, he's ready to go, but I just wanted to show you. Yesterday, I think on the previous video I said it was so dreary and rainy and cold, and then about 3 o'clock it perked up. We have some pit latrines, and then let me see if I can get this in the, I don't know if you can see that through there, but that's a mountain with snow on it. It's so pretty. And the blue sky. We're going to do just 13 miles today because we've done a couple of big days, and yesterday about did us all in. We were all so cold, and last night was cold. All right, we just came over this ridge and we had an aha moment, or a wow moment. Those
Golden mountains ahead.
Yeah, I see, I don't know if they're flowers or if it's the rock or what. And then we still have that big mountain in the background. We got to find out what that is. If that's Mount Whitney or what. But here's our trail. And there's Easy going down it. We got big rocks and beautiful day. We are going through some Joshua trees, and actually we're back in the desert. All of our trees are gone. Looks like we're headed up that way. We've been coming down for several miles, so we're getting ready to go up, but this is what it looks like. Coming down from over there. It's a very pretty day. Head on down the trail. Saturday morning. Here we are hiking up this ridge. There's some snow-covered mountains over there. We just looked down in this little valley and I can see my shadow. Maybe I'm looking too far. Okay, there we go. There's an old bus down there, rusted out bus. And then there's like evidence of a mine shaft right there. So, and it looks like a road coming up to it. So there's, I didn't realize we hadn't seen any evidence of really any mining, but we're headed up that way. We're doing a shorter day today. Our next water cache is about 9 miles, so that's where we're headed. And there's Easy going up the trail. Good morning. It is Sunday, March 31st. We camped down there in the valley in front of that Joshua tree, and it was so nice last night. It was flat, wind didn't blow, it was very nice. And then now we're coming up this trail. We got a huge climb. I'll show you we got to go up this today.
1700
Yeah,
climb.
but we'll do fine. And here's Easy.
At the registration, and some bunny has been here.
No, I'm bunny tracks. That says rabbit. Anyway, there's a register. So we're registering for a minute, so I thought I'd do a quick video.
Mainly because she wanted to break.
Yeah, because I couldn't breathe. I'll be honest. Sometimes I get winded on these hills.
She's old cougar.
I'm old. Anyway, it's a beautiful day and we're headed to the MacGyver cabin.
MacGyver, not MacGyver. It's not filled with paper clips, matchbooks.
MacGyver.
MacIver.
And so we're headed up there today so we don't have to set up our tent and everything. So, and then tomorrow we'll try to get into Ridgecrest. I'm gonna try to see if I can get a shot of Ivy up there. She's way ahead of us. Wolf.
She was only about 30 seconds.
I know, she is lightning fast.
She walks at about 2.5 miles an hour. We
Yeah.
walk about 2, so we get to walk with her for about 5 minutes in the morning.
Yeah. And Wolf took off about 45 minutes ago, an hour ago. But it's a beautiful day and we got about 13 miles, so we'll be fine. Okay, you ready?
Yep, let's go.
Head up the trail. I'm right behind you. We're about to the top. It's been a climb, but man, is it gorgeous. I'll give you a little panorama. The mountains in the distance. We came up from way down there somewhere. Almost 2,000 feet, 1,800 feet, whatever. Here we are. There's Easy. We just got over the top of the climb and
Just under 7,000 feet.
there's some snow up here. But look in the distance.
Real snow out there.
I guess those are the high Sierras.
We're not certain. That could possibly be.
Maybe Mount Whitney? I don't know. We have to look at the map and see, but it's predominantly the tallest one out there. And then you can see
They all look snow covered.
I'm zoomed out now. And there's the valley down there. You can see some roads. And there's a tree. We're getting back into the trees, which is pretty. So, let's head on down. At least we get some downhill now. Woo! Thank goodness. Here we are, bunny tracks,
Easily forgotten.
and we're just hiking down the trail this afternoon. and so nice out. And I thought I'd show you the trail. It's just perfect. I'll turn the camera around here. And you can see how nice it is. How much?
65 degrees.
65 degrees, wow. That's melting the snow. Keep melting snow. We gotta get back down to San Jacinto and get that section done next. But this is fairly level. Well, this is downhill right now, but this has been a nice little section after we climbed that big climb this morning. It's been nice and we're back in trees. So just wanted you to get a taste of the actual trail. I wish you could feel the breeze. It's so nice and cool, and smell the pine trees, but you can imagine. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's April Fool's Day. We haven't played any jokes on anyone yet, but the day's still young. I'm not mean. That's what you're supposed to do on April Fool's, is do jokes and tricks.
Mean jokes.
I like to be mean. Not to you though.
Yes, to me.
Anyway, don't listen to me. This is our final day of our section. We're completing to Walker's Pass, and then we're gonna get a bus into Ridgecrest.
Yep, and then go back down and make up that section. We skipped that.
Around San Jacinto.
Yeah.
But we spent the night down at the little cabin, McIver cabin. The cabin...
if it were a storm, I'd sleep in it.
But it was pretty trashy, and so we slept in our tents. But it was nice.
It was cold because we were at 6,700, and I'm ready for some warm weather.
Yeah, we need to sleep inside tonight because we're tired of being cold. There was a nice spring and a pit latrine there though, so it was worth it.
It was worth it.
Are we done yet?
I'm just getting started here. I'm in the dark here.